All right.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna let this pump a little bit. I ain't gonna cut the keyboard player off. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me pause that. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Let me turn up the volume a little bit. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can hear me clearly?
I can hear you nice and clear.
Good, 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 good.
Nice to meet you via Zoom.
Nice to meet you also,
Let me,
sir.
are you, is this what you wear?
Woo! That's style. You got really good style, man. I tell you.
Thank
You got
you.
yeah.
I got it from you and I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're
You
welcome.
know, go ahead. That makes me that queued up another question for me. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Well, go ahead.
I was going to say that looks good on you.
Thank you. Thank you. That red looks good on you, man. I almost got red, but I didn't want to run into no issues riding
I
through the wrong neighborhood.
oh, out in Cali, yeah.
You know,
I don't want no problems. I don't want no
oh,
problems.
no problem, man. I only know one color, green.
There you go.
Let's make some money. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
ladies and gentlemen, drive through listeners. We are here with Tim Datailor of Is it Jamaica Records? Let me make sure I got that right.
It's Jemiah.
Jama,
Listen to me saying it wrong. It's Jemiah. Jemiah.
Jama,
Jemiah Records.
Jama Records. Okay.
Yep. Like like Jah, almost sounds like Jah
Yep.
and H. So
Okay,
Jemiah.
Jama. Okay, Jama Records. Okay, got you. And that's named after your three children, right?
Yes, that's an ode to them. Actually, James, Matthew, and Aaron. So it's the first two letters of each one of my sons' names, and it's in the order of their birth.
Very nice. Very nice. Welcome, Tim.
Glad.
Now, I have one more question.
Yes.
Is Taylor your actual last name?
No, it isn't.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Tell me about it.
Well, Datailor, I got that name back in, I would say, in like the early 2000s, early 2000s. I used to do a lot of production up in New York. And a lot of the artists that I work with, they were like, can you do a beat like this? Or can you do a track like this? Or da, 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 da. So what I would do is I would craft it kind of in the style that they liked. It was like, yo, you're the Tailor, man. This fits me like a suit. So they started calling me Tim Datailor because I would take the song to the way that they needed me to make it for them. So that's how.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Tim Taylor, I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. Okay, and then I also noticed I saw a couple of videos on social media. Man, you be clean. Do you happen to, or is it fashion? Is it in your blood, or what? What's going on?
I get it from my grandpa. Nah, my grandfather was a very smooth dresser. Actually, that one video you might have saw with these guys really clean and dressed up and stuff like that. That song was dedicated to him. He was an amazing dresser. He loved great music and stuff like that. And I guess I tapped into a little of his fashion style when I was younger because he always was dressed to the T.
Yeah.
And I loved his style. And I just kind of started, rocking some of the vibes that he would rock and kind of just, wearing tie to school, in junior high and stuff like that. And got a lot of my style from him, and it just kind of carried on.
Very nice, man. Y'all was clean as the board of health. That's what I said. All right, so there's that. I got that out of the way. Well, Tim, tell us about. Well, I'll tell you what. I got in touch with you via. It's like 3 degrees of separation. Carlos Bud Ford. I grew up with in high school, and we were in a band long time ago.
Really?
Yep. And then from Carlos, and then I started seeing him online, social media. So we reconnected, and I like one of his latest singles. It was fire. So I've been playing it. And
I've
then
heard.
you've
Nice
heard
song.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yes.
through Carlos Bud, I met a gentleman named Sir Fred Mitchell.
Yep.
Right. And then Sir Fred, I started following Fred, and I'm like, man, Fred's got some fire too.
Yeah. Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he has some great music out.
Yes. So
And on the way.
exactly, because I'll be pinging them. So through Sir Fred, then I met you. And then
Mm-hmm.
I started hearing some of your music. I'm like, man, this is a network of some fire music.
Appreciate
So
it. Appreciate
you got it, man. So that's how I reached out, and I'm so glad of social media. And then, woo, then I got a
Oh,
hold of this one.
woo, you got that.
Woo, man. And I played it. I played it like 3 weeks ago, maybe. Yeah, about 3 weeks ago. Man,
Yes, yeah.
I played every one of them.
Yeah. I was so grateful, so thankful. Um, just truly appreciated it. Like I me and my wife were over the moon. We were over the moon about it.
Man, and that's my lane. My lane is, hey, folks, there's some fire music out there that
Yes.
people are sleeping on, man. I don't understand why commercial radio don't play it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I know sometimes, musicians or record labels, they don't know some of the DJs that will play it, but
Right.
I'm one of them.
And we greatly appreciate you, giving the little guy a chance to, to be heard, or even, just to be recognized a little bit. Like you said, Eric, there are some amazing artists out here, musicians, that just don't get that shine. But these guys really have some awesome music out. And
Yes,
it's the fact that, a lot of times they're not given that platform to be heard
right.
or, covered.
Right.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about that, and we won't belabor too much on this, but the funny thing is about it is music, a lot of music has these cycles. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, if it's not heard in this certain window, by the
Right.
time the next window opens up, the cycle has changed, and then the music sounds, people say, dated.
Yes,
But the whole game is, why wasn't it played when it was put out?
exactly.
Because
So,
they're locked out.
yep. You got to get in that little window. And it's like, if you miss that little window, like you
Yeah.
said, they automatically consider it kind of dated.
And that's crazy, man. That's an interesting game, man. But that's not one I'm gonna play.
And we appreciate you for that. We need more DJs and, radio personalities like yourself that, will look out and reach out to the little guy.
Yeah, man, definitely. Well, your sound is much larger than a little guy. You got an awesome sound. So tell us about some of the production. What's your angle? What instruments do you play, and all of that stuff, man?
Well, I'll start this way very briefly,
Okay.
quickly. The whole Jama Love album started out by me basically wanting to do something for my sons.
Okay.
Basically, uh, wanted to leave them something that they would be able to have forever.
Yeah.
Um, Always done production and stuff like that. So my thing was I wanted to leave them something, and I started putting together this project. This is actually the second one. We did Jamal Love one,
Okay.
um, and people really really liked it. They really appreciated it. So um, I talked with my sons again, and they said, "Dad, do another one." So
Then
I started
I
doing
I
that.
need to get a hold of number one. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
You
Okay.
already know. But as far as with the production, I play keys,
Okay.
play a little bit of bass.
All right.
But as you alluded to earlier, the internet, it's so many people you can connect with
Mm-hmm.
and begin to do amazing things. So, with Instagram and Facebook, over the years, I've ran into some amazing musicians.
Okay.
Uh, some of these guys are, award winners, etc. And so what I did was these guys who I knew, people I knew, started talking with them, telling them what my process was, what I was about to do. And
Mm-hmm.
they say, "Hey, man, I want to collaborate." I was like, "Cool." So they were like, "What do you got?" So I would send them some stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
would, basically, if it was somebody who played keys who was a lot better than me,
Got it.
I would send them, just the kind of vibe, but get out the way and
Got it.
you do your thing.
Got it.
Same thing with the bass. And I've worked with musicians from all over the world. I just want to mention some of the places real quick. The UK, Africa, Brazil, Argentina, the Philippines, Portugal, Jamaica, just Germany. These are people that I'm friends with, or you met over the internet, and I would send them the stuff and send me back a couple different takes, and I would be blown away. I would just let them do their thing and what they're gifted in, and I mixed the entire album, and the outcome was what you hear. Like, but these guys were incredible, who were part of it. And yeah, I was just truly blessed just to be able to connect with people who do great in their area.
Nice, man. So now you took me down a technical lane.
Okay.
How would you send it to them? I'm assuming you're using some type of digital audio workstation,
yes.
Pro Tools, Logic, or something.
Yep.
So what would you use?
I actually use a program I've been using for the last probably 9 years. It's called Mixcraft 9. Well, now it's called Mixcraft 9 Pro. And I would do my production, some of my production. Now, I did cut some stuff like in the main studio too, like, a lot of the live stuff.
Okay.
At my good friend Bubby Fan, who was on the album. He's a gospel songwriter, producer. He's wrote and produced everything. You name it. He's worked with him. So I would cut some of the stuff at his studio. But what I would do is after I would do some of my production, and compose it, write it. A lot of times I would get ideas on a phone, little phone, a melody come to me or something like that, and I would start humming a melody. And then when I would get home or whatever, I would figure it out on the keys and write to it, and then I would send it out to whoever I was going to be working with in the capacity that I needed them to work in, whether singer, saxophone player. His name is Oleg. He's from Germany.
Okay.
He did a lot of the sax work that you heard on Jamal Love.
Got it.
He actually was on the first one too. And that's what I did. A lot of the people that I worked with on the first one, we just kept the thing going with the second one.
Yeah. Now, question. So the type of file that you would send it, how would you send it to them? That's what.
Yeah. Let me get back to the original question.
No problem.
I would send it to them in an MP3 sometimes.
Okay, got it.
Sometimes a WAV file, but the MP3 is a lot smaller.
Smaller, right?
The BPM.
Okay.
I'll give them the key of the song and stuff like that. And if it was some horns or something like that with brass hits or parts, like I said, a lot of times I would play that part out just to get an idea, but I wanted the real thing and stuff like that. And not saying, and my thing was, this is just an idea, but you do your thing. You do what you do best. I'm not trying to box you in or say you got to sing it just like this or you got to play it just like that. Do what you do best. And that's basically how we begin to do it. So they would record it, they would send it back to me, and I would take the takes that I liked or parts that I would like, I would piece it together. Sometimes I didn't have to. It was just a straight shot. Yeah. And it was money. And they, do you need me to do it? No, it's fine.
Nice.
Did a beautiful job and stuff like that. So just to give you a mention of some of the names, if that's
please.
Oleg, he played saxophone. He's from Germany. Bubby Fan, he was on organ. Keith Hollis, he did a lot of the live drums.
What was his name again? What?
Keith Hollis.
D. Hollis?
Keith.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
He did a lot of the drums on there. Lorenza, she's from Colombia. She did some of the keys on there. John Renee, she did the poetry on one of the songs. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yep.
Alita Most, she did some vocals. Samuel Adamu, he's from Nigeria. He also played some keys. Sebastian Reed, he did most of my bass on there. And
Where's Sebastian from? Because he was funking it.
he is from the UK.
Okay.
And that's another, oh my God, Eric. The UK has some musicians that are out of, those guys are so talented.
Wow.
I they did great music. Those guys don't play, man. They as they say, I forget that movie with Cadillac Records, the Headhunters.
Okay.
These cats are headhunters, boy. They get it done.
Okay.
So and one other person was a trumpeter by the name of Joel Sasuna. He's from Portugal. But these guys were just incredible, amazing.
Wow. Wow. That's getting it done, brother. Good work. Good work. And we're speaking with Tim Datailor out of, he's on the East Coast, Jersey, Pennsylvania area, New York, East Coast. And give us your website, please.
You can reach me at, actually it's at Tim Datailor. Pardon me. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Social media is at Tim Datailor on all platforms.
And spell it out for us.
And that's at TimDatailor. That's at TimDatailor. And that's on all social medias. You can find me.
Now talk about your label.
The label. We actually just launched the label this year. It's called Jamal Love Records.
Spell that out.
Pardon me?
Spell that out for them.
That's JAMAAA Love and Records. That's JAMAAA Love Records. And it's pronounced Jamal Love Records. We just launched that this year. And the first act that we released off Jamal Love Records was the Brotherly Image.
Okay.
That was a group that I used to sing with many, many years ago when I was in college. And like I was saying, a lot of these guys, you know, have went on and do amazing things. And we were trying to come together to create a project based around one of our brothers who went on to be with the Lord about 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And the whole purpose behind that was to create a scholarship and, you know, things of that sort. So we were able to actually do a concert and release an album, and we did it all in honor of him. His name is Brian Johnson. His name was Brian. Mm-hmm. And we did that in honor of him. And that was the first project we released off Jamal Love Records. And it was called 30 Years by Faith.
Okay.
30 Years by Faith.
Okay, yeah, I heard some of that last week. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Hey, some of that, and we appreciate that also. I'm also one of the artists on the label. We have a group called Unorthodox Inc. They have poetry and like a little bit of a hip hop vibe and stuff like that. And we're looking to probably maybe sign like 1 or 2 more acts to the.
Okay, yep. Give us where can people find hard copies of product that's on your label? They could actually
inbox me.
Okay.
On
Tim Datailor.
Any one of my social medias, and we can get that hard copy to you right away.
Awesome. Right? You sure did for me, because once I found out you had hard copies, man, next thing I know, it was at my door. There you go. And a lot of people really like hard copies. You know, a lot of the platforms are digital. Yeah. People still like that hard copy, and we try to sign it, and yeah. And see, that's what I like. I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me see if I can get real close. There's a little glossy, but you see the signature right there. See, that's what I like. Yes, appreciate it. And then I also left some copies at the station. Yes. For other programmers, and I sent you an inbox of a message from one of the programmers, and he's also a programmer at another station, pretty huge one up in Berkeley area. That wow. reaches all the way out in the Tri-Valley. So so he's like, yeah, I'm digging this. I stepped in some funk.
Yeah,
And
say
trust
that.
me, he's actually, if it wasn't for that brother, African Jamal Davis, I wouldn't be at KKUP.
Look at this.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be there. So he's the type of brother that will, we no, if it's funky, if we dig it, we're gonna spin it. No
Awesome.
politics, no politics at all.
That's beautiful. That is so beautiful.
Yeah,
Because like I was earlier, a lot of times, people have to jump through hoops
yeah,
and stuff like that. And you guys are just like, if it's good music,
it's
we're
good
gonna
music. We're gonna
that,
play it.
that's beautiful. That
Yeah,
is so
we get some stuff. People think just because we do that we'll
right,
play anything. No,
right,
no, it don't work like that.
right.
If it don't have a certain frequency, if it's not mastered, if it's not up to the level, if it's hissing and popping, and if I can hear mistakes, if I can hear two different lyrics going at once, I'm not gonna spin it.
And that's understandable. That is truly
Because
true.
at the end of the day, and I didn't realize back in the day when I used to send music to stations, I'm like, man, this stuff is good, but it's the DJ's show
Right.
that has to stay at a certain caliber.
Exactly.
And if the
Exactly.
music is not at that caliber, the level of the show is gonna, it took me, I had to be on this side of the glass to understand that.
Right, right. That
I'm thinking, oh man, these are budding artists, get them out there. Well, their level has to be up there.
it does. It shouldn't be a difference from when you play Stanley or the next person.
Correct. I shouldn't have to adjust the levels just for
Right.
you. Yeah.
Board.
Yeah.
Stuff has to be right across the board.
So all you budding artists, I hope you heard that. All right, let's see. So we got that out the way. Tell me, man, how did you get started?
Well, like a lot of artists, a lot of times, I got my start in church.
Yeah,
I
figured
play,
that.
used to play an old beat up piano, upright piano, out of tune and stuff like that. That's where you start to learn to, develop your chops and stuff like that. Then they got an organ, so I would play the organ sometimes.
Mhm.
And then shortly after that, I ran into the group. When I went to college, I ran into the group Brotherly Image and started singing with them. And a lot of these guys were like doing their thing with producing and like, I didn't really get into the producing game until, and that's probably my favorite lane. I'm not like a person who likes to go out and perform and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm a behind the scenes guy. I like to do stuff behind the scene. I like the mixing part. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot the mix. Mastering, like you mentioned earlier, the mastering is very important. A guy by the name of Mark Williams, he mastered the whole project, and he's from Italy.
Wow.
Give him a shout out also. But yeah, got my start with church, and we used to go around singing in different places. And shortly after that, I started getting into the production side. I started writing songs for people. People asked me to start writing for them. I started writing, started doing a little bit of production. And then before I know it, I was like really heavy in the production side of things. And, behind the board, like I said, always behind the scenes and stuff like that. And from there, just continued. I started working with so many independent artists, like whether it was R&B, it was hip hop, it was rock, country, you name it. I basically had a part of, some kind of part in it. And that's one thing I like about music, that is so versatile. And that's one thing I like about your show also.
Thank you.
Is because you play so many different varieties of music. You're not just going to get this, you're going to get that. And you play stuff people might not have heard. My playlists have grown since I started. I'm serious. Since I started listening to your show, I'm like, yo, this is fire. Like, why did I never hear this before? So you know what? You go in playlists and stuff like that. So like I said, it gave me an ear working with like so many different artists, different styles, genres, to really appreciate music. I also appreciate the fact of being 70s, 80s baby. Because to me, that was some of the greatest music that was ever created. That 70s and 80s and 90s music.
I hear you.
I love the warmth of analog, like analog. that I just love the way records were recorded back then. They were so warm and just amazing. And I try to keep that kind of vibe still. I love to, even though we do a lot of stuff digital, when it's mixed out, I always want to make sure we're using analog. My guy Mark, and he masters everything in analog, all hardware. So it gives it a nice warm feel. And so
nice. Okay. And give us your website again.
That's everything at Tim TimDatailor at TimDatailor.
All right. So again, we're talking to Tim Datailor, Jama Records. I've got the Love 2. I've also played Brotherly, what's it called? Brotherly what?
Image.
Brotherly Image. I've played some of that as well. So we're going to hear some more of that before we close out. And I just want to say, man, it's been a privilege talking to you. I love your energy, love your sound. Is there anything else you want to cover before I let you go?
Oh, I just want to say this real quick. Once again, I forgot one other person who was involved on the project. I could get my head for this one. Koya Bell.
Definitely. Definitely.
She was on Swing It Daddy, and she was on another one of the songs.
Yes.
I'll be in big trouble if you know what I mean. If I don't.
Yes, I believe that's like Mrs. Koya Bell, right?
She does so much amazing work behind the scene to keep things moving and keep things flowing in a great way. But like I said, I appreciate the love you have shown, Eric. Also, you've dropped a couple goodies on us. Like, I didn't even know that, you did, I was trying to before early on, like, you got anything I can listen to? And you blessed us and gave us a couple. And I truly love it. And if you have any more stuff, I want to hear it.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this out there. I would love to do some work with you musically.
Okay.
If you have time on your schedule.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. I'll thank you. I appreciate that. I've spent a lot of time on like you say, on the production side, but just on this curating music side. I play bass in church on Sunday, and I'm my own worst critic, but I'll take you up on that, brother.
Awesome. I really would love that, because
it's probably because of you, the only reason I played it. I'm going, what, he asked me about it, because I always like to step outside and feature you guys, but I said, what, he asked me about it, and I recorded it some years ago. I'll put it on.
I was like, I love this, man. This is because it's like it's just like so amazing when you can hear like new music. And I learned this too.
Okay.
Even though it might be old to you, it's new to somebody else.
Okay.
I've never heard it.
Yeah.
And I really like this. So in the playlist you go, and the first time
thank you, brother.
I probably played it like 10, 11 times. Just that one song.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate you, man. And then I always ask this of all my interviewees, and it's off the cuff. Can you cook?
Oh yeah, I can cook a little. Listen, I was a single father for many years, so I had to do a little something. I couldn't give them hot dogs and stuff like that all the time. So yes, I could cook a little bit. My wife is the chef, but I'm chef, yes chef. But I could do something. I could do a little something, just a little something.
What's one of your favorite dishes you like to cook?
One of my favorite dishes is probably, I do like it's kind of like a stir fry. It's mixed with like a chicken and vegetables and a rice and stuff like that. So little stir fry that I like to do.
Stir fry for Tim Datailor. See, that's always ask that, man. One day I'm put all these musicians together. We're gonna have a cookout.
Yeah, man. That's what's up. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, tell Koya Bell I said hello, and thanks for all you guys' support, man. And thanks. Hey, man, that shout out you gave me about, hey, man, you're not gonna listen to Sirius anymore on Tuesday mornings, because
that wasn't just lip service. I meant that.
All right. What did you say that, brother? Because I read it. What did you say?
Oh, I was saying that now that I've found out about your show, I said I don't even listen to the Sirius app anymore on the way to work on Tuesday. I'm locked in into the rhythm mechanic.
Oh, on the drive-through. I love it.
Baby.
Say that again. On the we cut out on the drive. What?
Through.
All right, I'll take it.
The drive through.
Yes.
Yes,
All right, Tim. Thank you both so much. Lots of love to you, and I'll keep you posted when I'm going to drop this one on the air. But you
Sounds
can
great.
always hear some Jemiah, some Jama records. Welcome to Vibe City on the air.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Eric. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Likewise, brother. Thank you.
All right. Take care. God.
Okay. God bless you. Okay.
Yeah.